Hi, I'm Rob Cram, and today we're taking a look at Milestone's latest officially licensed World Rally Championship game, WRC 3, which offers more high-speed rally racing thrills for fans of the sport. WRC 3 offers several modes for lone players, including various championship and individual event races, which offers the full FIA roster of racers and their vehicles from various competing countries. It's here where players can jump straight into the deep end and go for the best times against some fairly stiff competition. Players can opt to go for a full event or tailor races to suit. There are also a wide number of circuits available, from southern Europe to the arid climes of Mexico and Argentina. Whilst other racing games have players nudging other cars along circuits or tracks, Rally puts players alone with the elements and numerous twists and turns of a one-direction track. It's all about survival of the fittest and the quickest. In this regard, the game offers a realistic take on rally driving. There are some options to tweak that can assist with things like braking and stability, and even individual setups can be tailored to suit particular tracks, making the game quite easy to get into for beginners. WRC 3 also features a career mode of sorts, which places players at the bottom with the aim of beating various champion characters from the featured countries. Whilst there's nothing in the way of a story here or any characterization, it's an excuse to play through segmented events and some not so serious extra modes. These include things like driving through signs whilst avoiding bombs in the quickest time possible, where hitting bomb signs incurs a penalty. These are neat distractions that could have been more prominent, but do inject some well-needed variety into the somewhat solitary racing experience. Players are tasked with earning points, which are converted into respect, presence, notoriety, and act as a testament of the player's prowess and progression. More points equals unlockable custom parts for the class-based cars, extra liveries, and more circuits and events to race. WR3's graphics look pretty average, and when compared to some of the more recent races, doesn't compare. Despite this, there are some excellent track views and a gritty sense of speed that work in the game's favour. Coupled with things like icy and wet roads to driving through woods, makes for a varied looking game, which is a plus. Despite some well-rendered car models, the game is simply lacking in visual flair to stand out. What's probably the most annoying thing is the lack of response when using the rather dull menu navigation, where often buttons need to be pressed twice to get the desired response. It's all a bit slow, and when coupled with long loading, which can last longer than some of the short extra events, makes for a tiring game to navigate. Audio is of a good quality, with some solid engine sounds and effects when driving over varied surfaces. However, it's the co-driver's constant instruction that becomes a dominant force for the audio, and something that is necessary for rally driving. WRC does offer a fair amount of content for on and offline play, and with a hot seat option for local players, where players can take turns, does do well at catering to multiplayer sessions. Gamers can also take their antics online, although a rather paltry community might mean a lack of games being available. Milestone's latest rally game provides a solid, authentic racing experience that will no doubt be welcomed by fans of the sport. As a racing game in a difficult genre, sadly there are others that simply do things better. What's perhaps really lacking is not so much the technical know-how, but the levels of polish expected for a game at this juncture. With a bit more fleshing out of features, WR3 could be the definitive rally racing game. As it stands, it really only sits at fun on the upper regions of average. WRC 3 scores 6 out of 10. I'm Rob Cram, thanks for watching.